Hello there, viewers. Um, yeah, that's just brilliant. First recording of the new year, and I'm just like, hello there, viewers. Awkward silence. Well, I still have a cold, so this year's off to a rough start, pretty much, right off the bat. It's the 5th of January when I'm recording this. I haven't done any recording since the 27th of December. I've been pretty much feeling like crap since. The last recording I did was part 41 of Ocarina of Time, and it basically like an hour-long recording that lagged the whole time, and it is dreadful. The worst recording I've ever done in my life. Terrible. Absolutely god-awful. But it'll be uploaded when it gets around to it nonetheless, and it will be titled, the lag opening. I can't even pronounce with shit as usual. You get the idea. So let's talk about what we'll do in the new year when I'm finally feeling better and more filled with energy, because lately I've been sleeping more. It's winter after all. I've got a cold. I feel like shit. I can't be asked to do pretty much anything. I sleep through the mornings, afternoons, and even the evening today, pretty much. Woke up around about late evening, and it's 11 o'clock in the middle of the night right here while I'm recording. First recording of the new year, so let's talk about what LPs we'll be doing this year. Well, there's the obvious one I revealed last year is Persona 4 will come after Final Fantasy 8, but there's still quite a bit of Final Fantasy 8 left, and I still haven't got around to recording any further than the Part 82. And the LP that'll come after Ocarina of Time, when that one's completed, will be Pokemon Emerald. I'm pointing these out because it's obvious that Final Fantasy 8 and Ocarina of Time will be completed, probably before summer, obviously. And then there's the next main visual novel LP will be coming up eventually when I start to feel up to it and actually get the damn visual novel, is Shuffle. Of course, it'll be on my Blue Skull Dragon VN channel, so if you still haven't, even heard about that yet, there's that. So that's visual novel 1, and let's see what other games is currently on mine, because lately I can't even think worth shit because of this cold. It's like my cold started out excruciatingly painful, then it just headaches, throat aches, felt horrible, and then my nose felt like it become snow, then the coughing just thing, and it's just it's awful. I remember having the flu back in February last year, and it sucked. It was excruciatingly painful, but it only lasted 3 or 4 days. This cold, on the other hand, is lasting quite some time, and I do not approve of that, because I like to, get recording done and actually do something other than just lie down doing nothing, because I can't do a damn thing because of this damn cold. It's just completely drain my motivation and energy. So what other games in mind for this year? Well, there was an LP that I was gonna do last year but never got around to it, so maybe some points this year. Clock Tower 2: The Struggle Within, which is considered by quite a number of Clock Tower fans as the worst in the series. I can see why, because about a year or two ago I remember playing it, and it was what the hell? It was nothing like the original 2 Clock Towers. It's weird that they call it Clock Tower, because the first game had a clock tower right at the end. That's where the ending takes place. It had the Scissor Man. Sequel didn't have a clock tower, but it's just they should have just called it the Scissor Man series, really. But Scissor Man was in the PlayStation 1 version of Clock Tower, which was a sequel to the Super Nintendo version. Then after that, Clock Tower 2: The Struggle Within has no clock tower and no Scissor Man. It's just is this really a clock tower game? Then Clock Tower 3 on the PS2, it has the Scissor siblings. They're nothing like the actual Scissor Man. It's weird. But if I recall, the final boss takes place on a clock tower, so it still doesn't seem like it has nothing to do with the original Clock Tower. It's kind of confusing, the Clock Tower series, really. But I might LP clocked out to the struggle within nonetheless this year, who knows. Is there any other thing? Well, there's also like October one is when we get around to that one. You know, the usual. It'll be Project Zero free this year. But I'm not 100% sure what Silent Hill to do this year. There's either Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the Nintendo Wii or Silent Hill Homecoming for the PS3. Which one do you think I should do this year? Because Shattered Memories is short, but it's pretty nice. It's probably kind of a bit underrated because it's very unlike any other Silent Hill game. So it's just like, it isn't a true Silent Hill game. They took the first game and made it into this shit. Well, technically it was more of a reimagining. It seems very weird, but it has a nice little story to it. I kind of like the atmosphere of it as well. Like the whole ice thing with it, all that. And the fact that you cannot fight back at all. You just run. It felt like a bit different, you know, because honestly, while it doesn't feel like a Silent Hill game, you know, if every Silent Hill game just had the same basic kind of controls, it kind of get a bit repetitive after a while, you know? It's just like a nice little break from that, you know? Homecoming's more traditional, but people didn't really like it because it doesn't really take place in Silent Hill for the most part until like a later point in the game, and yeah. And maybe a few other things. Homecoming I thought was pain in the ass with like its controls. I didn't like its controls as a matter. It was a pain in the ass to get used to. Those nurses, man, they were hard as shit. But I thought it was alright, regardless. I kind of like the atmosphere at some points in the game. It felt generally creepy. And is there anything else in mind for the new year? I can't really think of any games that could LP in the new year, because like when we like have like Persona 4 and Pokemon Emerald, that would like those two LPs would probably last months, and there's probably still Sims 2 will be going on throughout the year because that's the slowest LP I've got going. Seriously, man, that is ridiculously slow LP. I rarely record for it, and nothing ever happens every time I record for it because I just can't be asked to like advance anything in there. It's just like I have no idea what to do with that one. I was actually playing The Sims 3 on the PS3 the other day because I'm not getting the PC version right now because, you know, I've already got The Sims 2 installed. I don't want to install The Sims 3 with The Sims 2 and all that. Be a clusterfuck and take up a lot of memory. But it's kind of confusing and very different to The Sims 2. But yeah, what other LPs have we got? Is that the only 3 LPs I've got going right now? Sims 2, Final Fantasy 8, and Ocarina of Time. Huh. So basically those LPs will probably take up quite a majority of like the year, so what else could we throw into the mix? Remember a year or two ago I like did a let's take a look at White Day. Maybe I'll LP that in October as well. Maybe add that in, I don't know. You also decide on which Silent Hill I should go for this year, I don't know. This year's kind of uncertain with like what I'll actually LP. I mean, other than the ones I've already stated, it's kind of like it will just get to it when we get to it kind of thing, you know? There's also, what else was I gonna say? Might like LP another, well, actually, have I even LP the PS3 game yet? Think maybe Rune Factory Oceans. I haven't played it in a long time, but I think it'd be neat to LP. It doesn't really have much plot. It's pretty much almost non-existent, but I kind of like that game, so why not? Who knows? And maybe a Yu-Gi-Oh game. I will do Still Roses or Forbidden Memories, which is the most broken-ass game in the series. I don't know. Probably Forbidden Memories rather than Duels of Roses, because recording for it would be a pain in the ass, you know? You gotta, like, really, you know, think, like, I don't even know. I prefer to like record where I can actually record it off the laptop instead of having to record off a console. Because when I record off a console, that means more editing, and that means more bullshit. Because I like recording with a DVD recorder for that instead of a capture card like most people would. So I insert a disc, record on it. The disc only takes up 2 hours at most. So if it comes to like level grinding or anything like that, I'd probably have to stop the recording rather than just like let it continue and then edit it like I usually would. It's a pain in the ass, you know? That was like my main reason why I was reluctant in getting around to Persona 4. But anyways, I can't really think much to do for the new year, but it's only started, so we'll see how it goes for the year. There's probably some games that I've had in mind for a while, but can't really think of at the moment. Who knows? We'll see as the year goes by what LPs will come and all that. It's not really as planned out as last year was. Like last year was there was Fragile Dreams, Mad Father, the LP that I didn't enjoy towards the end because, yeah, you remember that one. Misao, which honestly felt like it was more like back in 2012 than 2013. I was really surprised when I looked back at the LPs of last year and was like, that was last year? That felt like it was 2012. What other ones were there? It was Pokemon Colosseum. There was, Final Fantasy 9 was completed then. Final Fantasy 8, Ocarina of Time started there. There was Project Zero. There was Silent Hill 3. There was Limbo. There were quite a bunch of games, really. So we'll see. We'll see. For the new year, it's a pretty crappy start to the new year. But whatever, once I start feeling better, I'll get back to recording for Final Fantasy 8, Ocarina of Time, advance it all some more, you know. I mean, I've already got quite a number of parts in advance already, so I don't need to get to recording straight away. There's also Shuffle, I gotta get around to recording that, and actually get the damn thing. I've never actually, you know, played that one, so I play through it kind of blindly kind of thing. Like first route of that, just like go through it and then use a guide walkthrough thing once I'm actually on a character's route so I don't screw things up, but like just see how it goes that way, you know? Because I've only seen a few episodes of the anime and that's about all my knowledge of the series, so I have no idea what to expect from it. But it is the one that got a majority vote, so it's, yeah. And also get some more recording for Persona 4 done, because honestly that one is like one of those type of LPs that I need to record in advance for, because it requires me to record off the DVD recorder, which then requires me to record it onto the laptop, then edit it in Camtasia, put the audio and all that in sync, and it's a pain in the ass. So yeah, and I don't really need to start work on Pokemon Emerald right now. I mean, I've still got a ways Ocarina of Time to go for, and with Pokemon Emerald, I just that would be easy enough to record for. I wonder how the Battle Frontier will be when I get around to that part of it. That's gonna be a bitch, because I never got very far through that. I got 1 or 2 of the badge thingamajigs, and that was it. We'll see. We'll see in time. So, that was just an update of what we'll be doing this year. I've already forgot most of what I've already said. Man, I hate colds. And I hate winter, it sucks. So yeah. That's that, viewers. See ya.